Today on our 2008 Pontiac G8, we're going to be taking a look at and installing the Curt Circuit Protected Converter with surface mount technology, part number C56175. Here's what this wiring is going to look like once it's installed on the vehicle. As you can see, we've got full access to our trunk and it doesn't take up any space. If we lift up our cover here, you'll see that our wiring is conveniently tucked down in the spare tire carrier. And what this wiring is going to do is make sure that you got 4-pole power back at your trailer or cargo carrier. And behind here, there's a module box tucked away. That module box converts the power from all the signals on the vehicle and condenses it down to send it through these 4 wires to make sure that your trailer is able to signal properly along with your vehicle. With this kit, it does tap into the wiring on the back side of the taillights, but with where the taillight wiring is on this vehicle, it's nice and simple to do that. That converter box is also going to help protect the vehicle's electrical system, because in case there's a short or any electrical issues with the trailer, it's not going to come through that box into the vehicle. It's going to stop at that box. When you're ready to hook it up in order to have power, you simply pull it out and you want to lay it here along the weather stripping at the threshold, but you want to be sure to avoid the latch area. And then you just shut your trunk, and then you've got your wiring out here ready to be plugged in. Whenever you're done, lift it back up, and you can just bundle your wiring and lay it back down to store it. And if you'd like, you can use a rubber band or twist tie in order to help keep that tight. And storing it in here is going to help protect the wiring because it's going to keep it away from the elements, and that way you won't get corrosion and buildup inside your connector. Now, let's show you how to install it. Here's everything that's going to come with our kit. We've got our module box there that's going to help protect the circuits in the vehicle when we use these wires to tap into the tail light circuit, brake, and turn signals. We've got our 4-pole wiring here that's going to provide power to our trailer or cargo carrier. And then here, this red wire is going to be for the brake signal. White wire is going to be our ground. Yellow is going to be our left turn signal. Brown is going to be our tail lights. Then the green wire will route over to the passenger side for the turn signal from that side. We've got some hardware that comes with the kit to help with installation, including some double-sided sticky tape that you'll be able to put on the back of this box in order to mount it. Then you've got the dust cover that'll go over our 4-pole to make sure that it's protected. And then I'm going to be adding on these blue heat shrink butt connectors. If you'd like to get some of those just to make a little bit more secure connections that are going to help keep moisture out as opposed to the ones that come in the kit, you can get those on our site, part number DW05744-5. First thing we'll need to do to begin our installation is we'll need to gain access to the back of the tail lights where the wires are. So we'll need to take some of this trunk lining out. And we can take our side panels and begin to just peel them back and tuck them out of the way so that it's nice and open and you're going to have plenty of room to work back here. Now here on the driver's side, just above where the battery is, we'll need to locate our white connector. We can just pull that off and then push that tab down right there in order to separate them. Because this is the connector that all the power is going to be supplied through to our tail light, brake light, and turn signal. Now, using a test light, we're going to test to see which one is the tail light circuit. And if you need one of these test lights, you can get them on our site. So I'll hook that up to the negative side of the battery. Then I can begin checking each one to see which one has power for tail lights. Alright, so that one that's down in the corner right there, which is going to be that purple wire, that's going to be our tail light circuit. And then we'll do that same thing in order to check for the turn signal and brake signal on this side. We found that after checking for the brake signal and turn signal circuits, that the yellow one is our turn signal and the light blue one is our brake signal. Now we can begin taking the wires from our converter box and connecting them to the wires that we found here going to our connector. Start with the turn signal wire, which is our yellow wire. I'll strip both ends back Now I'll take my yellow wire from the converter box and I'll twist those together and then insert them into one end of one of our blue butt connectors and then crimp it down. And you want to make sure that they're nice and secure inside that connector. Then we'll reinstall the other end of that wire that goes to the connector. Now I'll do the same thing with the blue wire and connecting that red wire in for the brake signal. And now we'll do that with our brown to tap into the purple wire. Now I'll take a heat gun and I'll shrink the ends of these butt connectors down so that they're tight around the wire to help make a weather tight seal so no moisture or anything can get in there and corrode the connection. If you don't have a heat gun, you can use a lighter, but you'll want to avoid getting the flame directly onto that. Just get it close so that it'll help it shrink down. Now we'll take our connector and plug it back in. Now we can mount up our converter box. In whatever location we decide on, it's a good idea to take some sort of cleaner, like some rubbing alcohol, and clean the location that you're going to mount it to. Then on the back side of the box, we can peel off one side of our double-sided sticky tape and place it on there. Then we'll peel the other side off and stick the box into location so it's nice and secure there. Now we can take our white wire and ground it using the self-tapping screw provided in the kit. I'm going to ground mine right here, but wherever you decide to ground yours, you'll want to be sure that whatever's behind there isn't something that may get damaged by you running the screw through there. Now we can take our green wire and begin routing it towards the passenger side. The connector on this side comes apart the same way as the driver's side, and I've gone ahead and tested to see which circuit it is that we're going to need in order to tap into the turn signal on this side, and it's going to be this darker green and white wire. Now I'll tap into this green wire the same way I did the wires on the other side. Now we can reinstall our connector and then begin tying our green wire so that it's tucked nicely out of the way. Now before we put it all back together, let's test it to make sure it's working properly. And we're going to use part number I26 in order to test that. First, let's check taillights. Left turn signal. Right turn signal, and brakes. With everything working properly, we're ready to finish reinstalling all of our covers in the trunk, and then we'll be ready to hit the road. Now we can bundle up our wire, put it down where we want to store it, and then begin reinstalling all of our panels. That's going to complete our look at and installation of the Curt Circuit Protected Converter with surface mount technology, part number C56175 on our 2008 Pontiac G8.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at eTrailer.com.